Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a shop my stash. We're going to go through the products that I had in here last time. We're going to put stuff away and then we'll go through, pick out new items to use for the upcoming couple weeks. I'll do swatches at the end of the video of everything I picked up to use, so stay tuned for that. And if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video while you're watching it, and let's get into it. It's been a little while since I filmed one. It's been a little bit over a month, a couple days over a month. So I am ready. I'm very ready to rotate the things that are in here. I felt like I played with the majority of the items quite a bit, and it's time. We'll go ahead and get started with primers. I did have one primer in here last time, and that's the Farsali Liquid Glass Radiance Make Skin Serum something something. I told you last time when I pulled it in that I really want to finish this guy, and I think I have maybe one more use in this, and then it's just completely empty. So I'm gonna remove it from now. I'm so happy I finally finished it. I actually really enjoyed it. I felt like it really prepared my skin for makeup. It was slightly tacky, not super glowy, but it sat really well under my foundation. I enjoyed it, but I'm glad that I have finished it. Yeah, she's gone. For I think that was it. For primers, I didn't see anything else in here unless I somehow moved it out. I did have a glowy product, and that was the Say. This is the glowy super gel in the shade Rose Glow. I did use it a couple of times. I did really enjoy it. It's a product that I enjoy using as all over glow right before I go in with my foundation. So coming out. For foundations, I had these three in here, shuffling things up. Okay, I had these three. I had the Ciel Tint and Protect SPF 50, and this one is in the shade 04 Light Medium. I'm gonna just go ahead and admit this was the one that I used most of the time. I think it looks gorgeous on the skin all day. Wear is fine when I'm at work. It doesn't get too finicky. It'll start, my oil starts showing through towards like the later half of the day. But I really personally, I don't mind that. I feel like it makes my skin look better than completely dry. Occasionally I would blot it, but yeah, I love this thing. Another one that I absolutely did enjoy was the Chantecaille. This is the Future, I think it's called the Future Skin. Yeah, Future Skin, and this is in the shade Nude. It's a little bit deep for me now because my completely in the sun days are pretty much over, or very minimal. So it's starting to be a little bit deep, but man, I loved it so much. I think I use a decent amount of this guy. I would say like light to medium coverage, you can absolutely build it up. But for me, I felt like if I build it up anymore because it's a little bit deep, it just did not look very good. I don't usually like super full coverage foundations anyway. So this was just perfect for coverage wise. And yeah, I really loved it. We had the Chanel. Oh, what? What is oily? Felt like Okay, that was odd. Is there anything in here that's oily? I'm not sure. Chanel, the number one. This is in the shade B30. So pretty. The only reason I didn't use it so much this time around is slightly lighter. I did use kind of like the Chantecaille, this thing, like under it on the perimeter of my face first, and then I'll go in with this one. That's how I kind of balance it out. And the other reason why I didn't use it so much is because I'm trying to finish the water tint from Chanel this year. So some days I'll be like, you know that I don't want full face of makeup. I'm not really going anywhere. So I would end up reaching for that one instead of this one. But so far, I've enjoyed it the few times that I did use it. I thought it looked really gorgeous. Again, medium coverage, but yeah, it's beautiful. I'm gonna pull it out. I think I'll probably be pulling everything out. I did have a few concealers in here. Feel like there's something. I don't see anything. All right, for concealers, I had a color corrector or brightening and hydrating under eye serum concealer. This is from Cali Ray, and this is in the shade Warm Sun Glow. I really enjoyed this guy. A little bit in the inner corner of my eyes, does a very nice job at brightening, and then I feel like I don't need to use as much concealer on top of it. Really a great product. And then for concealers, I had two. Had the Tower 28. This is in the shade K-Town. I'd say this is my favorite out of these two. I like that it is super creamy. It's not a very thick formula, but it has a really good amount of coverage. It blends super easily. I feel like if I went a little bit too much, like if I applied a little too much, it's not a pain to kind of like manage it, you know? So I really, really like this one. The CL has great coverage, it's like very good coverage. But with this one, I felt like because the formula is a little bit thicker, if I put a little bit too much, it's kind of cakey under my eye area. It's not very easy to control. Maybe I would have to use a like a damp sponge instead of a brush. I've been just lazy in the morning and I just want to grab for a brush. So it's not a like I do enjoy it. I feel like I need to think about it a little bit more when I want to use it. Gotta be careful how much I'm applying. And yeah, this was in the shade 05N, which I felt kind of like it's a little bit lighter than the foundation. Like it's very brightening on my skin in a way. Okay, for powders, I had a couple powders in here. I had the La Prairie, the translucent uh, powder in the shade 2, the loose powder, okay, Skin Caviar loose powder in the shade 2. This is gorgeous, especially for me in the summertime because I feel like this is a little bit deep and in the summertime it's just perfect. Like my skin looks great. It doesn't like it doesn't deepen under my under eye area or anything. It just perfectly. It sets perfectly and I love the formula of this product. The other powders I had in here for loose powders, I had the RMS Beauty. This is the Hydra Setting Powder in the shade is Light. It's a decent powder. I wouldn't say this is my absolute favorite. I do have like one thing that irritates the living crap out of me is this stinking RMS shaped sifter part or whatever it is. I feel like it's such a pain to use. It's really difficult to um, dump some product out, but other than that, it's okay. It's not my favorite. From Decollete, we have the brightening. What's it called? Sorry, face powder. Oh, 80, the shade 80, glow pink. Um, if you want that like pink under eye look, this is a good one. It's not super intense pink or that it's super pigmented where it looks very unnatural. It's just brightening. The glow in here, I don't feel like it lasts very long on the skin. It kind of looks like it has some slight shimmeriness to it, but I don't feel like it does anything under my eye where I'm like, oh, this doesn't look good. For a finishing powder, I did have the Chantecaille Lotus Perfect Blur Glow Powder. This is a really nice finishing powder. I did use it quite a few times, but I was more focused on finishing a different finishing powder, which I finally did. I'm so happy. But this is a really good one. I think that it's not, I feel like it's not extremely glowy, like not as glowy as Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, but it's also not like I don't know how to describe it. It's just gorgeous. It makes blends everything together, blurs my skin. Yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot actually. There she goes. All right, let's go ahead and move on to what do I want to move on to? I guess let's do blushes, bronzers, and all of that. Let's do bronzers first. Oh, I did add this one in here not that long ago. All right, for bronzers, I had these two creams. I had the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, sorry, Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Skin. Never mind. Let me try again. The Melting Bronzing and Sculpting Stick in the shade Chocolate Souffle. It's a really nice bronzer stick. I feel like it has a a chocolatey scent. It's not nauseating or anything. It's a little bit deep for me. It's okay in the summertime, but like right now, okay, time for it to start going back into the door. I can't be reaching for it too much. My problem with it is the twister, and I have no idea what most of these freaking bronzer sticks, like this one from by Mario, like why does the mechanism fail? Like why? So it's like I can twist it up, but I have to like press it back down. Just a little thing, but it's a big thing. And then the other cream bronzer is from Tower 28. This called Tino, and the shade is Getty. I use the crap out of this guy. You can see it kind of looks actually disgusting. I consider it being like, okay, this baby is done. Like you can see a big dip in here. I feel like, I tried to clean it like after I did my brush in here. I tried to clean it as much as possible. Like I just can't stand that. And I feel like I'm failing. I'm getting to the point where like I can't, it's not getting this clean. I'll probably keep it. It hasn't gone bad. It's just a mental thing for me that I feel like it's just, looking a bit haggard, but it's a really nice product. Like really nice. It melts into the skin really well. I feel like it's kind of comparable to the by Mario. Like what is that bronzer thing that he has in a pan like this, the cream one? That is very see-through. This one has a little bit more than that. So anyways, if you're not that you asked, but kind of reminds me of that product, but just a little bit more. All right, moving along. Okay, let's do like powder bronzers next. For powder bronzers, I had this, not that, and this one. That was it. I mean, I had some powder bronzers in my face palette too. From RMS, I had the Redimension Hydra Bronze in the shade Tan Lines. Yeah, I use the crap out of this guy. It is so gorgeous. I love the glow it gives me. It looks so good in the summertime. Really like it. The same thing with this Hermes bronzer. This is in the shade 03 Sahara. I really, really like it. I like it on, my face. I like it on my eyes. It's a beautiful bronzer. It's not as glowy as the RMS, but it's not flat matte. It's just gorgeous on the skin. And then I had the Duo from Vive. This is in the shade medium. I didn't reach for this one as much as I reached for the other two, mainly because I wanted glowy, glowy bronzers. But this is a beautiful, beautiful bronzer. The formula is really nice. I get a little bit of a warmer tone and a little bit more neutral. It's a really nice product. I was just looking more for glowy. It's like summertime, glowy. Let's do it. Alrighty, for blushes, I have this one wasn't in here before. My friend Mariella sent me this, and this wasn't in here when I originally filmed. So let's talk about the other blushes that I had in here. I had these four. From Huda Beauty, I had the shade Strawberry Cream. I enjoyed this one a lot more than I enjoyed that Guava shade. That Guava shade, I felt like, number one, it was too intense, and number two, I felt like the formula, for some reason, it kept picking up, like it would look patchy. With this one, I was able to get a little bit more smoother application, maybe because it wasn't so intense, so I could apply more. With the other one, I was trying not to look like a clown, so I wasn't applying as much. I don't know. But I did enjoy this one. I use it quite a bit, actually. I reach for it often. The other one, I really like this one too. This is from House Labs, and this is the Glassy Ginger shade. This is like the bronze balm. What is it called? Glassy Blush Balm. Yeah, this thing was gorgeous. Beautiful neutral shade. I was able to wear it with, I didn't have to worry about like, what am I wearing on my body or what am I wearing on my eyes or anything. Beautiful, like neutral shade. Um, from Sashu, these are the Cheek Stay In, Stain, whatever. And this is in the shade I'm Cute. I don't know. I feel like I was so worried like I was gonna stain my face and not be able to clean it very well, like not be able to work with the formula very well. I think I used it once or twice, but then I was like, I don't know. I felt like the shade is kind of too pinky, like the pink that I don't feel like it's flattering for me, especially with my hair currently leaning more warmer than cooler tone. I don't know. I'm still gonna hold on to it, but I wouldn't say that I really, really tried it out. I tried it, but I didn't play with it enough to see if I actually really like it or not. The other two blushes that I had in here, the House Lab, this is in the shade Glassy Cinnamon. I just wanted to play with this guy. I was like, okay, it's summertime. It's the time for me to use this. So I did pull it in. It's really nice, like bronzer. No, bronzer is a bronzer contour. What is the word for blush bronzer? Blonzer? Blonzer, right? No, maybe. Anyways, this guy, yeah, I did use it. I do really like these from House Labs. I like the formula. I like the glow. I typically would apply in the back of my hand and like pick it up with a brush, or I just swipe the brush on the product itself and go with it. Um, Really pretty. And then the other one is from my friend Mariella. She sent me this for my birthday. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Blush Healthy Glow Stick in the shade Cherry Glow. I have used it a couple times. I just wanted to keep it in the packaging because I was like, that cool. Yeah, my friend, she was like, "Oh, you need this shade," and she was absolutely right. I don't think that I have anything quite like this one. I love the glow that it has. I love that I can actually like swipe it on my face and blend it pretty easily, or I can same thing use a brush. I can see my brush in there. So I really enjoyed it, and I thought the shade was just so unique. It's like a red, but kind of leaning a little brick reddish. I think this would be a great color for fall too. So do I want to keep it or do I want to pull something else in? I'm gonna give myself permission to reach for it if I felt like I needed it. All right, for powder blushes, we had one from Clé de Peau. This, shoot, I totally forgot what shade this duo is, and I think last time I tried to pull it out, I absolutely did not do a very good. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna mess with it. Very subtle. I think that this is a beautiful, like again, everyday blush. Not too much, not too little. You still get a little bit of a glow, a little bit color to the cheeks. I tend to dip my brush a little bit more into the deeper shade, and then I'll dip it into both of them to kind of like apply a little bit on higher my cheek, like the top part of my cheeks, and then I don't use a highlighter some days. I really enjoyed it. I was pretty happy with it. I don't think it's spectacular. Like, it's not something that I'd be like, oh yeah, definitely go use your money and buy it. I don't think so. It's a good one, but you don't absolutely need it in your life. From Patrick Ta, I had the duo blushes, and she's that girl. I did use it. I used the blush more, the powder more than the cream, quite a couple times more, simply because I had already put on a cream blush and I just wanted something else on top of it. But yeah, I like this shade. I'm happy I have it. Maybe not as obsessed with it as I was last year, but I do like it. And then we had the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush in the shade Luminous Flush. I actually was very surprised how often I reached for this one. Again, I like the formula. It's not like I'm never worried that, oh my God, I just put too much on my brush. It's very buildable, and the glow and the sheen that it has, really enjoyed it. So we did have the MAC So Natural Glow Play Blush. Guys, I used the crap out of this guy. Uh, you can see I'm like, is it just flattening down? What is it reshaping in the pan, or am I actually using it, or what? I really like this color. I really like this formula. It doesn't look like a whole lot, but on the cheeks, it just looks beautiful. Super natural, as it says, as it's named, so natural. And then the last thing we had in the drawer for this time, kind of complexion products. Oh, never mind, not the last thing. We have a palette too. We have highlighters. Uh, Dior Pearlescent Glow. I didn't use it too many times, but I did use it for, where was I going? And then where was I going? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. I did use it, but not as much as others, and because I wasn't gonna wear that to work, honestly. From Shiseido, this thing is so gorgeous, you guys. This is the highlight 02 in the shade is Meteor. Oh my god, this was so pretty. I wanted to use it over and over and over. It's really pretty. Definitely more appropriate for me for the summertime, but it's gorgeous. We had the Chanel highlighter. This is just called the Powder Illuminator in the shade is 10 Ivory. I did use this guy quite a bit as well. I was kind of worried, not that I don't want to ruin the embossment, but I was like, screw it, we're using this baby. And then for a cream highlighter, I had the Victoria Beckham uh, Pearl is the name Reflect, and the shade is Pearl. I'm not really sure. The nice thing about this one, so it is a cream glowy highlighter. When I usually just pick it up with my finger and tap it on the high cheeks and whatever, using it on my face. It remains that kind of glowiness, kind of like the juicy, like how it looks right now. You get that look all day long. I didn't feel like my hair was getting stuck to it. Maybe initially when I first applied it, but later on in the day, it just had that glow, and it's so beautiful. All right, and lastly in here is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I keep saying lastly in like bronzer, blush, highlighter stuff. This is the leopard packaging, but the inside was the snake. I pulled it in because I figured that I was at the deepest, during summertime. It's pretty. I'm able to definitely use these here. This highlighter can be a little bit too deep on me if I'm not very careful. I found that this ambient lighting powder was more appropriate for me as a highlighter. So this is mainly what I used in here, but it's okay. It's a really pretty palette, and I love the packaging. All right, now we can move on to eyeshadows. I know I didn't have this in here, but I added it at some point. These three. I feel like maybe I had a fourth. I feel like I had more, unless I just had the single shadows. The Danessa Myricks Groundworks Defining Neutrals palette. I did use it a few times, and you know what I think I'm gonna do, because I have the rose one. I think I'm gonna pull out the shades from in here that I know for sure I don't really like. Like these here, I tried. You can see that I really tried with this one. I was like, no, not for me. So I might pull this out. I might kind of like mix and match. Put some of the like the rose ones in here, and then mix and match it, because these are all removable and supposed to be interchangeable, so I might end up doing that. It's a nice palette to have. I feel like it's a solid palette. I used it mainly on my eyes. I didn't really use it as bronzers or anything like that, just more of eyeshadows, but it's really pretty, and it's just kind of like easy. The other palette I in here was the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk palette. The only trio I think I didn't use was this one here, but I used everything else, and this is a special palette for me, or to me. It's a special one. So it was a gift from my husband. And then we had the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This is such a gorgeous palette. It's got the shade Mia. My dog's name is Mia. I really enjoyed it. I was very happy to be playing with it. I think I had some other palettes in here and I was like, I did not like it. It's gotta be that. There's no way I only pulled in three palettes, you know? This trio, I went on travel and I took it with me and I hit pan. I'm so sad. This is my favorite travel trio. This is from Natasha Denona. It is the Retro Palette Mini, one of these, the trio, I guess the trio. Um, yeah, I love this thing. It's so pretty. And then we had single shadows. So for sure I had these. I had the one size, maybe I didn't have the one size, but I definitely had the ones by Mario. And honestly, the majority of the days when I was going to work, I reached for one of these and then I used topper shade and then called it a day. I am obsessed. I have considered picking up a couple more shades from the by Mario ones, but I don't know if I'll end up doing it or not. I have the shade chestnut, the shade mauve, and then this one is from one size. They don't sell it anymore at Sephora. This is the matte eye popper, and the shade is battle ready. I really, really, really like this one too. I feel like this is I don't know, a little bit creamier than the ones from by Mario. Um, not as matte. They blend a little bit easier. But not that these are hard to blend or anything. I don't know. I just love all three. And then for single shadows, I had like more single shadows. I had the Color Fix from Danessa Myrix. I had both of these in here, Duo 2 and Duo 6. One of these duos actually broke, like the twister broke when I was filming my Shop My Stash. Thankfully, Sephora was actually nice enough and let me exchange it for the same shade. So I definitely went ahead and did that. These are so gorgeous, you guys, really pretty. And then for, let's see, I have a lot of brow products in here. I have a lot of mascaras somehow. For brow products, I think I'm gonna pull one of these out. Probably I'm gonna pull out the wax, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the air brow from Kosas. I'm gonna pull both of these out, and I'm only gonna keep the Gimme Brow and the brow setter from Benefit in here. For brow pencil, I really have not been using brow pencil that often. Like, I'm being serious. This is the brow pencil I've been working on since the beginning of the year. And like, I don't know if I can finish this baby up. It's still so much in here. I don't know. I haven't been wearing it, but I'm gonna keep it because occasionally I feel like I need it. For eyeliners, I use these quite a bit, especially the brown shade. These are from Revant, the gel eyeliner. I had the shade brown and I had the shade purple. I use the brown more than I use the purple. They're really nice. Stays really nice in my waterline. It's not so intense on my upper lash line, like if I was gonna do a gentle wing. It's not so intense. It's very manageable and it just looks so natural. The other one I had in here was the Victoria Beckham. This is a gorgeous eyeliner. This is in the shade. What shade is this? Cocoa. Really, really pretty. And it smudges really nicely. Little bit more, like completely different than these. These are like natural, whatever. These are, you want eyeliner, you want smoky eyeliner, this is what you want to reach for. Um, I want to rotate eyeliners. Yes, I want to rotate eyeliners. I might end up just pulling them again. And I have a liquid liner. This is from Heroin Make, a brown one. It's a really good one. And the mascara from them, oh my God. Like if you are going to, let's say, a water park and you want mascara that does not go anywhere for 3 or 4 days, this is it. I don't know what in the world, like, this is intense, really, really intense. Even with a couple coats of like eye makeup removers, I feel like the next day, like I go to bed with a little bit of mascara still left on. It's so nice though. I love the like the flare and the volume. Everything about it I really like. It's just too much for me. Too much waterproof. Like it's so hard to remove. And then the other two that I have been really enjoying, the Chantecaille and then Fenty Beauty. Chantecaille is almost at the end. I gotta get rid of it pretty soon. I've been using it for quite some time. It's a gorgeous mascara. Makes my lashes look so good. Same with the Fenty. So yeah, that's what I'm playing with for mascaras. For setting spray, I had the Make Keep Mist from Kose. Um, I enjoy it. The mister is really nice. I feel like it sets my makeup pretty well. I've enjoyed it. I didn't make as much dent in it as I thought I would because, again, I have a Project Pan setting spray that I'm trying to finish up, but I did reach for this one every once in a while. I feel like I've been talking forever, you guys, and we're only at what I had in here. I just missed you and I needed to talk. All right, let's go through all of the lippies. I've used everything. Like, even though they're in here, I've used them and I wanted to keep them so I could use them more. For lip liners, I don't know if I've always, like, if I had these the entire time, but I felt like I needed them. Two from Makeup Forever, Anywhere Caffeine and Wherever Walnut. And I also had the NYX lip liner in the shade Ever. I had the Buxom plumping lip liner in Hush Hush. This was so pretty. So pretty, but it doesn't last on the lips too long. Where these like really stay on the lips. With this one, I felt like it kind of fades a little bit more like, like the new Ilia lip liner, lip filler kind of thing. That's what I think of it. But it was nice, nevertheless. All right, we had a few glosses. This was new to me, so I did add it in here. We had, I'm pretty sure there's some stuff in my purse downstairs. I've been throwing lippies in as I use them because I'm going to work and I'm gonna need them. I had the House Labs. This is in the shade Guava. So pretty. Um, the lip drip fat oil from NYX. This is in the shade Newsfeed. The shade was a little intense, like it is pigmented. You can see it on the lips, but it feels really nice. From Amy Cole, this is her lip oil in the shade Poise. I love this stuff. I'm working on the shade Smitten. I think it's Smitten. I really love this lip oil. From Patrick Ta, we have the plumping in the shade 2 cc's. Oh wait, now I remember. It's in here because I use it a lot. I also had the shade Need Her. So both of these were in here last time. I used this one a little bit more. It was just looked good and sat in my purse for a while. From Can Make, I had a lip color. I'm sorry, but these are impossible to tell you what it is. Glass tint syrup, and the shade is 03. From Cezanne, I had the 3D Jelly Lip. This was really pretty too. The shade 02. We had the Fenty Beauty. What is this? Gloss Bomb Sticks in the shade, is it Fussy? I enjoyed all of my lippies this time. I had the Hourglass in the shade Wander. This is kind of like the Tarte Maracuja, but not as goopy. We had the Chanel Lip Duo in the shade 69 Tender Rose. I put it back in here. Tender Beige, sorry. I put it back in here because I was like, I want to feel like it's new again. I wore this on dinner date with my husband and it was did not disappoint. From Freck, this is the Soft Blur lipstick and the shade is Freck Rust. This is the only one that I only used once. I will probably be pulling this back in maybe around November timeframe because I feel like it's just the perfect, fall shade. I guess technically we're in fall now. These three I used a lot. From Clé de Peau, we have the lipstick in the shade 111. This is a matte lipstick. It is so pretty and so comfortable on the lips. Another matte lipstick, liquid lipstick though, again in the shade 111. And this was a lip gloss in the shade 304. This is so gorgeous, so beautiful. And then the last lip product in here, this was sent to me by my friend Mariella. the Summer Fridays lip oil. I think this is lip oil, right? Dream lip oil in the shade Pink Cloud. I really enjoy it. I was very surprised because I remember when these came out, I was interested in picking one up, but then I heard some people saying they didn't like them, so I held off. But I'm so glad that, she tried it and then she got me one because I really, really enjoyed it on my lips. The shade, the formula, I thought everything was perfect. Really liked it. All right, I was trying to rush, talk quickly because I know we're going to be here for probably another hour. I hope you grabbed a drink or a meal, or drink and a meal and a dessert. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my table. I'm gonna put everything away, and then let's go ahead and shop my stash for new products to use. Alrighty, you guys, let's go ahead and shop my stash for new items. I'm starting with my new makeup drawer. Majority of the stuff in here are lippies, so I will be pulling a few of those in. And I finally got this one. I know Nikki LaRose had been raving about the CL SPF 30 sculpting stick, and I got the shade 02 medium. So I'm definitely gonna pull this one in. And I forgot. This is this is the one thing I purchased. Actually, two things I purchased recently. I got this from Ulta. I was shopping with my niece when she was visiting, and I got both of these: the Diamond Balm, and I got the Pink Ice, and I got one more of her Gloss Balm sticks. I have one of these, but I don't have the shimmer one. So I got the shimmer in the shade Fussy. I swatched it in store, and it looked stunning. So I picked those up. I got some new lippies, a lot of new lippies actually. Um, I think I'm finally gonna go ahead and pull in this blush from Essence. This is the Pure Nude Baked Blush, and the shade is Pink Flush. It's been in here for far too long. Time to pull it in. What do I have back there? I have a bronzer from Rimmel. Let's do it. Let's do some Rimmel bronzer. This is the natural bronzer in the shade 22 Sun Bronze. So I'll pull this in, and I think I'm finally gonna go ahead. I think I used it one time, but not really got my thoughts on it. But the Wet n Wild loose setting powder, this is the pink one, shade called Soft Pink. So I'm gonna pull this in. Yeah, I used it once, and I don't know what I thought about it. I need to play with it some more. So here we go. We're gonna do that. Some other lippies that I have in here. Let's see, what do we have? I think I'll do these from Romand. One is the Blur Fudge Tint, and the shade is Rosiential. And then the other is the Juicy Lasting Lip in the shade Bear Grape. So I'm going to pull both of those in. And I have the ones I got when I was in Japan, so I think I'll pull in one or two of those. So I got this one from Cezanne. This is in the shade, this is a tint, lip tint, I guess, in the shade 401. So we'll do this one. I know I really like the formula of this guy. I already had one of the shades in my drawer last time around. So I think I'll pull in the other one of these. What else? Lots of lippies in here. Oh, I do have the sample. This came as a gift with purchase from Ulta at some point, like part of their, 10 pieces or whatever. This was in there. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Luminizing Powder, and this is in the shade Eros. I don't know if that's a decent shade, not a good shade. I'm not so sure, but it was free. And yeah, let's do that one. And I think you're proud of me? Look at my drawer. Okay, I don't use a whole lot of brow pencils, brow products, but this one I really want to try. The Build a Brow from Maybelline in the shade Ash Brown. Where did I get this from? Probably Ulta. So I'm going to pull that one in. And I think, since I put away all the eyeliners, let's pull this one in. This is Sephora brand. And I think this is the shade Cappuccino. What shade is this? Crayon number 13. Oh, sorry. Tiramisu, not cappuccino. Tiramisu, and it's a matte one. So I'm going to do this one. And that's it basically from here. Most of everything else are lippies. I do have this highlighter that my friend Mariella sent me forever ago. Maybe I should try it from RMS. Let's try it. Let's pull it in. shade Prosecco Pop. And nothing else new. I haven't really been doing a whole lot of makeup shopping, so that's good, right? But my drawer is looking a little sad. Anyways, that's it from new makeup. That's all the stuff I want to pull in. Let's see. Let's pull in a primer, a setting spray, and then we'll get foundation, concealer, and more powders. All right, we'll go ahead and pull in a setting spray or primer mist kind of thing, or both. But I think I'm only gonna pull in one because I really want to finish the one that I'm working on right now. It's the Flower Beauty. I think there's like this much left at the bottom of the bottle. I think I can finish it if I focus on it, but I don't feel like it really melts my makeup. So I think I'm gonna pull in something that's kind of like a primer mist. um, Maybe I'll do Rare Beauty, the Always an Optimist. What's it called? Always an Optimist 4-in-1. I feel like this definitely like melts the powders on my on my face right after applying, and then I can go in with a setting spray. I also really like this one, the NYX Bear With Me. Uh, Let's do the Rare Beauty. I'm gonna do the Rare Beauty. And that will be it for setting spray. If I end up finishing the Flower Beauty one that I'm working on, then I'll pull a different setting spray in from here. Something that's, long lasting. But if I don't, then hey, I'm good. All right, let's do a primer. All right, for a primer, I've done really well. I have some sunscreens in here. I do really like both of these right before makeup, so I do reach for them anyways, but I do want to pull in an actual primer. Let's see. Kind of had hoped to finish this one this year, so maybe I should pull it in. I don't think I can actually finish it. There's a lot left, but I do really love this one, and yeah, I wouldn't mind using it. This is the Smashbox, the Mindful 5. It's a nourishing face primer serum. It just looks so beautiful on the skin, and foundation goes on beautifully on top of it. So I'm gonna do this one. And now I'm not gonna do lippies yet because I like to wait all the way to the end, see kind of what I have. But let's do foundation, concealer, and then we move from there. All right, let's move on to foundation and concealer. Um, This is tough. I definitely have to get rid of some stuff. I think like this one is pretty old. You can see pretty separated. But anyways, that's beside the points right now. For foundation this time around, I think I'm gonna pull in the Givenchy Prism Libre, the Skincare and Glow, and I have it in the shade N250. It's been a while since I reached for this one. So I'm gonna do that guy, and I'm gonna just pull in the same concealer, like the concealer that Prism Libre, and I think I have it in the same shade as well. Yeah, and 250. So I'm gonna do the concealer and the foundation from Givenchy. And then I think I would like one more foundation. I definitely would like one more foundation. And let's see. I think we will do, kind of really want to do the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow, and this is in the shade 1 and 14. I find that's a little yellow on me, even though it says it's a neutral shade, but it's all right. We're going to do this one. And I think I would like to pull in one more foundation or skin tint. Which one do I want? I really like this Misha one. I thought this was pretty nice. I think let's do this one. Let's do the, looks a little tan for right now. Okay. Got this guy. This is L'Oreal also, but they're both the same shade, N3 neutral. I think I'm gonna do the Lumi, the True Match Lumi, healthy luminous makeup, whatever, in the shade N3 neutral. I'm gonna do this one, and then I definitely want more concealers. One is just not gonna do it. Yeah, one is just not gonna cut it. And what do I want for concealer? Okay, how about we do this one, the HD from Makeup Forever. The HD skin, and this one is in the shade 2.2N. I'm gonna do this guy, and I really enjoyed having the color corrector in my door last time, so I think I'm gonna do the eye brightener from NARS. This is the light reflecting eye brightener in the shade Golden Eye. I'm gonna do this guy. And I want a glowy product. I feel like the foundations I pulled in are all glowy. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and skip like an illuminating product. Um, yeah, I think I should skip it because I don't wanna be greasy by the end of the day after a long work day, you know? Let's go ahead and pull in some powders and we'll do eyeshadows. Let's start with a loose setting powder. I think for a loose powder, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pull in. Oh, this is Muji. I think I'm gonna do the Say. This is the Air Set Translucent. We'll do this one for a loose powder, and I have that pink powder from Wet n Wild. And then, do I want a finishing powder? Hmm. Um, Finishing powder. I think I'm gonna do the Hourglass. It's been a while, so I'm gonna do Hourglass. This is the ambient lighting powder in the shade Luminous Light. I do really like this finishing powder like a lot. And I think that might be it for powders. What do you think? Too many? Too little? Do I want a pressed powder? It'd be helpful. All right, let's do this one. This, or do I want Laura Mercier? This is in the shade Translucent. I think I'll do the MAC. Yeah, let's do MAC powder. This is the mineralized, yeah, mineralized skin finish in the shade is medium. I'll pull this one in. Okay, for eyeshadows, let's do that next. Okie eyeshadows. This is the top drawer of the two. I'm feeling fall, so I do want to pull in. I think I'm gonna definitely do this one. This is the Ansley Rain Cosmetics Groovy Garden. This was gifted to me by my friend Mariella last year at some point. So I'm gonna do this one. I really feel like, I could do the Nomad Haunted Europes considering that we are in October. So I think I'll do this one too. Let's see. See the bottom for you guys? I think we can see. From here, what do we have? Oh, this guy, if I can get it. And that is by Laminatrix. Is that? Yeah, Laminatrix Cosmetics, the Barely Basic. Let's do this baby. And we'll do a smaller one like this guy. From Those of Colors, the Cutting Edge. These are 5-pan, very fall-like. How many palettes do I have now? I have 4. I think maybe I'll do one more and then we'll do some singles for sure. I have been wearing makeup a lot more often these days, and yeah, why not? Go back up here. Um, hmm, I think I was on a roll and now I'm not. Maybe I want to do Melt Cosmetics like this guy, the Gemini. All fall classics for sure. So let's do this one. All right, that's it for eyeshadow palettes. I do want to pull in some single shadows. Let's go into that. All right, my single shadows drawer is looking so good, cleaned up after my declutter. At least I think so. I want some shimmers. Some of my favorites that I remembered when I was, filming my declutter would be this guy, Marc Jacobs, the um, sequins in the shade Topaz Flash. I really want to play with this guy. What else is in here that I'm like, ooh, be so pretty for this time? Mhm. How about we do one of, okay, I'm gonna do this matte one from Merit. This is in the shade Viper. So kind of like an olive green. I want to do this one, and then with it, I'm gonna get the Victoria Beckham shade Mink. Let's do Mink, and why don't we do something cool, something interesting? How about we do? I want to do a Dennis Summers one. The foils. I'm gonna do this guy. This is shade Nebula, one of her foils. Okay, I think that's good for now. Let's get a face palette and everything else, complexion wise. All right, for a face palette, I don't want to get an hourglass, but I'm gonna hold off because that's what I usually get. It'll be let's old school. Let's do the Too Faced Natural Face. So long. I'm gonna do this guy. Let's go ahead and get some bronzers, blush and highlight. Okay, for bronzers, I have one cream and one powder so far. So I can get one more cream and a couple more powders. Let's see, for creams, I'm gonna do, I remember the Milani was really nice. Should I do Milani or should I do Makeup by Mario? I think we'll do Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Light Medium. And then for a powder bronzer, should we do the Gingerbread Man, something like that? Elf? No, sorry, Too Faced. I think it's in here. Nails. Yeah, I like this one. In the shade Spicy Bronze. It's a little deep, but I like the sheen on it. So I'm gonna do this one, and then we'll get a couple more powder ones. How about I really like Mars Laguna. Got that one. We do a matte one. Let's do this one. The L'Oreal Infallible. This is in the shade Fairlight 250. Might be a little light, but it's okay. So 1, 2, 3 bronzers. I feel like I want one more. Which fourth one? That would be the question. Let's do Laguna. Nars Laguna. Let's do this one. All right, for blushes, I'm gonna start with creams. I ended up moving a lot of my creams, like my sticks and all of that here because this was just too tight. But I don't think I'm gonna pull in from that bin. I think I'm gonna reach for some of the ones back here. I really liked this one, and I think it's a good shade for this time. This is the Chanel cream to powder in the shade Rose Ardente. So let's do this baby. We've got more creams here for sure. I think let's try. Let's do the Lawless. This is Lawless. Pinch My Cheeks, and the shade is Angel. These are pretty shades for now. Do that. And now let's do some powders or powder blushes. Oh boy, this is tough. I think I'll do one of the Charlotte Tilbury, probably Pillow Talk. Pretty shade. Let's do this one. And plus some Max with Warm Soul. Where's Melba? We have Melba somewhere. Gingerly. Melba. Let's do MAC Melba. And ooh, what about French Rosette? Oops. Color. And one more. Oh, I always reach for RMS. I need something else. Oh, this one is so pretty. Gorgeous. But I feel like I just pulled in a bunch of those tones. You know, I think let's do one of Tom Ford's. We've got Cherry Sun Drunk. This is the one. Do Sun Drunk. The other one is not Cherry. Cherry something. Totally wrong. Now I want to know. What is it called? Oh, Cherry Blaze. I think I'll stick with the other one. And highlighters next. Okay, highlighters. I already have two, so I have to keep that in mind. Just use that one. Okay. Ooh, you know what? I want to do a liquid illuminator. Let's do the liquid highlighter. Sorry, this is the Forever Glow Maximizer in the shade Peachy. I'm going to do this one for my cream. And then for my powders, I think it's going to be hard. Difficult. Kind of really want to do the Bobbi Brown. I love this highlighter. I love this. This is in the shade Golden Hour. That pan. I'm going to do this one and one more, which I think I will do. Try this one, REM. This is from REM Beauty, and this is the shade Miss Mercury. All right. I think that's it for highlighters. That's good. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think we're okay for highlighters. Okay. Now I think we'll go back and pick a couple more lippies and then put everything back in drawer and do swatches. Okay, so we're in like lip glosses and all of that first. I don't know why I went in here first, but it is what it is. Here we are. Let's get do this Dior one. Brown would be a good one for this time too. This one's about this guy, Flesh 6 from Pat McGrath. Got a couple of those little Fenty Beauty. This is a different shade. Okay, here's the OG. I guess we'll just blend the OG. I feel like these are kind of mainly warmer tones. What else do I want to put in? do this guy. This is in the shade Money Fig from Milani. This is the Fruit Fetish lip oil. Okay, I think that's it from here. Let's get some actual lipsticks kind of product. All right, here we are. For a lipstick, I definitely want a lipstick, you know? I know, I think there was a nude in here. Point. Ooh, I'm gonna know. I was gonna say, is this the broken one? Well, yes. That answers my question. Now this gotta go bye-bye. Oh man, that was the shade 100 from Dior. Was. Shade 720. No. These are reds. I'm not ready for red yet. Okay, well, I guess nothing yet. Go ahead and pull this one in from Ulta Beauty. This is what shade? Secret Passage lipstick. Is that what it's called? This is the shade name. And I think I really want the shade Christy from Pat McGrath, but I think that's somewhere else. So I'm gonna have to go pull it in for a. I do want a lip crayon. Cruella. Yes, let's do Cruella for sure. Let's do the old school Cruella. If it still works. I have it. Anyways, we have this. So I'm gonna do this guy. And you know, I have not been wearing like flat matte lipsticks, but I think I might do one. Let's do this guy from Too Faced. This is in the shade Pumpkin Spice. And I gotta get my other lipsticks. I really want the shade Christy from Pat McGrath. Okay, so we have all of these. It's usually in my closet. I don't know why in my closet, but it is. Yeah, it's gotta be one of those. Oh, Christy, there it is. Awesome. Two is a red. That's a red. Red. I think that's a red. Fembot is not. I think I'm gonna go with this one. It's the one I want to do. And that's where at it. I guess I'll start with the reds. Let's do the Dior. This is in the shade 626. All right, I think I can go ahead and put everything back in the drawer, and then let's do swatches of everything. Alrighty guys, I went ahead and I put everything back into the drawer. So let's go ahead and talk about what I have for this time around. For primers, I guess the only thing that's not in here is the setting spray, but that's okay. For primer, I have the Smashbox, the Mindful 5. I really enjoyed this primer. I find it feels great on my skin and it lays under makeup very, very nicely. So there's that for primer. For foundation, I have 3 in here this time around. I've got the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydra Glow, and this is in the shade 1 and 14. Like I mentioned earlier, I feel like this is a slightly too yellow on me, not as neutral as I would like it to be. But we'll see. We'll see how what I think about it this time. It's been a little bit since I used it. The other foundation is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, and this is in the shade N3 Neutral. I don't even think oh, maybe I have swatched it. I have used it at least once. Okay, this looks more neutral. Hopefully it's not too deep right now. Of course, my hand is a lot darker than my face is, but we'll see. I've heard so many good things about this guy, and to be honest, I don't remember trying it ever before. I might have just swatched it when I got it, but I don't think I used it on my skin. So we'll be playing with that. And then the last one is from Givenchy, and this is the Prism Libre Skin Caring Glow in the shade N250. I really like this one. It has a light coverage and I'm all up for that. I think that it looks really good on the skin. So I'm excited for that one for sure. The concealers that I have in here, I have two concealer and one eye brightener. Makeup Forever, the HD Skin concealer. Remember, it's got quite a bit of coverage, and I want to say it's a little bit like the formula is not super thick, but it's not super thin either. But again, I haven't used it in a little while, and this is the shade 2.2N. I also have the Givenchy Prism Labor Caring Concealer, Skin Caring Concealer in the same shade as the foundation and 250. I do enjoy this one a lot. I remember that for sure. And then for the eye brightener, I have, woo, I almost dropped it. I have NARS Light Reflecting Eye Brightener in the shade Golden Eye. I really, really like this one. You can see I have a little bit of a dip in here. I find that it works so well. A little bit goes a very long way and it sits well under concealer. So what more could I ask for? Okay, for powders, I had to put some highlighters in here because I just couldn't fit everything. But we'll start with this guy. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Loose Setting Powder in the shade the Soft Pink. I used it once before, but I haven't used it since then. It does look a little bit, looks very pink, right? So might cannot use it with the Makeup Forever foundation because I'll have pink and very yellow undertone foundation. So maybe I'll save it for the other two. But we have that for brightening powder. Okay, was it just a summer thing? Or people still into it? I don't even know, but I pulled it in. For other powders that I have, I pulled in the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade is medium. I actually used this one today for touch-ups. I did my makeup today, and when I came back from work, I needed a little bit of a touch-up, and I used this one. I don't feel like it really it took away some of the oiliness, but then my oils started peeking through again within a few hours after. Probably because I didn't blot first and then apply. I'm not sure, but yeah, I gotta, that's I'm like, what's the point then, right? I have the Say Air Set Radiant Loose Setting Powder in the shade Translucent. I enjoy this one. And I think that maybe if this is the only thing I work on for the rest of the year, I might be able to finish it. Maybe. The key word there is maybe. And then we have the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Luminous Light. I love this guy as finishing powder. I really do. I had missed it, so I'm happy that I'm playing with it again. I know these are highlighters. Let's do bronzers next. I do have a cream bronzer. It's the only cream. No, I pulled in a different cream bronzer too. Pulled in this guy. But we'll start with the Ciel Sculpt and Protect SPF 30, and this is in the shade 02 medium. Here's my gripe. Like, it's brand spanking new, you know? Like, what in the world happened? Why is it not twisting? Like, I just bought this thing. I absolutely hate when that happens. What is, I mean, come, oh, here we go. Okay. Um, wow. I was about to be like, okay, you're going back to Sephora. It's been more than 30 days though, I think. So who knows if I can even exchange it. But okay. It's not as deep as I thought it might be. Oh, no, it doesn't want to twist back down. Yes, I push it in and then push it back. Oh my God. I hate that. Really hate that. But anyways, this is one that Nikki LaRose raves about quite a bit. And to be honest, like, this is not my first CL product. I have their foundation, their concealer. and some other stuff. I don't feel like they act this way. Like this is such junky packaging, but it is what it is. By Mario, this is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Light Medium. I do have a nice tip in this one. And this is a product I really enjoy because I feel like it's so thin on the skin. I never look uh, like too muddy, even like when I apply a powder on top of it. So I do enjoy that. And I think the tone is really, really nice. And the shade is pretty good for me right now. Actually, can I blend this out? And I set a little. Looks like it has a little bit of an olive undertone. Maybe that's why Nikki LaRose really likes it. Okay, for powder bronzers, I have, and I used this one today. It's so pretty, you guys. I had enjoyed it. NARS Laguna. This is the one that has a little bit of shimmer. I don't know. Do they have a fully matte now? I don't know. Did they? I don't remember. Oh my goodness. I haven't been very active on social media, but it's not a new one, so probably not talked about these days anyways, but it has a little bit of a sheen, which I really, really enjoy. We've got the L'Oreal Infallible. This is in the shade Light. Um, I've had it for quite some time, and I don't know that I've actually used it that much. I thought kind of was too light to me, or on me. We'll see. Looks very light, huh? But it might be buildable, and we like that. From Too Faced, we have the Gingerbread Tan. It's the shade name, and it's the Spicy Bronzer. This one is definitely a little deep, and it pulls a little bit reddish on me, but it's a really nice bronzer. I do like the Too Faced bronzers. That's something they do pretty well. And then finally, we have the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. This is in the shade Sun Bronze, 022 Sun Bronze. And it feels really nice. A little bit on the neutral compared to the Too Faced, which is good. Okay. I think that is it for bronzers. Is that it? Yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to blushes. I know I have the face palette in here too, so I'm not gonna forget about that. But let's go ahead and move on to blushes. For blushes, for creams, I pulled in two. Pulled in these two. I got the Lawless Pinch My Cheeks Soft Blur Cream Blush, and the shade is Angel. Oh, my nail survived that. Thank God. Okay. Oh, felt a little dry when I first touched it. Scrape off that little dry bit. I feel like I'm adding more dryness to it. Here we go. Okay. A little dry portion. That looks really, really pretty. I think I haven't used it since I actually got it. And this came in last year's, one of the Sephora favorites kits. And I think this was in there. And then the other cream blush is the Chanel Cream to Powder Blush in the shade Rose Ardente. And this one is so beautiful too. Feels a lot more creamy, but it's kind of like in a bouncy way. Similar tones, huh? A little bit. Yeah, the Chanel is definitely glowier than this one. Maybe this is a little bit more cooler undertone or just slightly lighter. But man, they're so pretty. Both of them are. Okay, and then we've got some powder blushes. And for powder blushes, we have the House Labs. This is the Color Fuse blush in the shade French Rosette. Okay, swatch French Rosette. I love the formula of those blushes. Look at this, you guys. What's happening? They're all looking very much alike. We've got MAC. This is the powder blush in the shade Melba. I had missed this guy. I needed to pull it back in. Um, I feel like I don't have to think, you know? Like, oh, what am I going to use for blush? I don't have to think with this one. It just looks good. We've got the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush in the shade Pink Flush. Okay, I had this guy at some point and then I decluttered it. And then who was I watching? I was watching somebody and then they kept going on and on and on about this blush and this specific shade. And I was like, okay, maybe I need to pick it up again. And I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I feel like it's got chunks of glitter, like actual glitter particles, not just a sheen. Um, I'll see. I'll see how it looks on my face. I feel like this would be really brightening, and I might not need the highlighter with it. Um, so we'll see. I'll have to just see what I think about it. And then two more blushes. We have Charlotte Tilbury, the Cheek to Chic Swishing Glow Blusher in the shade Pillow Talk. I used this one today. Um, I usually just dip my brush in it in like this corner and it immediately picks up some blush and some highlight and then I just apply it that way. Or I just end up actually blending the two shades together. This is again another like natural looking highlight where I don't have to worry kind of thing. And I do like the glow in this one. Very neutral again. And then we have the Tom Ford. This is the Shade and Illuminate blush in the shade Sun Drunk. And then with this one, we've got the two shades, one, two, or we can mix them together. But here they are individually. This is one, this is two. And I'm gonna do one more swatch. But these ones, I feel like they don't really swatch very well, but they're so easy on the face. They apply super easily. Really pretty. Okay. Is that it for blush? Yes, I know there's blush in the face palette, so we have that as well. Whenever we get to it. For highlighters, let's start with the cream highlighter. This is Dior Forever Glow Maximizer in the shade Peachy. It's been a little while since I used it. I just sniffed it to make sure it still smells decent. My hand is a little stained from the blush, but okay. Comes with swatching, right? Hopefully we can still see the color. It's so pretty. I had missed this one for sure. I really enjoy that product. And then for powders, I have a few. Again, they're scattered all over the place. We've got the REM Beauty highlighter topper in the shade Miss Mercury. I think this was sent to me by my friend Sarah. I think that's, yeah, I have a feeling that's where I got it from. It looks like it will be blinding. So I haven't been really reaching for something like that, but I might end up being, totally in love with it again. Who knows? My favorite highlighter of all time, Bobbi Brown. This is the Luxe Illuminating Powder in the shade Golden Hour. This thing looks so natural on the skin. I love it. I love it. I think the tone is just perfect. And it just looks so good on whenever I use it. I really enjoy that one. We have from RMS Beauty. This is the Redimension Hydro Dew Luminizer in the shade Prosecco Fizz. This one was sent to me by my friend Mariella, and she sent it so long ago, and I still haven't used it. That looks really pretty. Looks like it's gonna blend in really well. I don't know. I think maybe texture wise, I might be okay with this one. This looks like it's gonna really emphasize, but with this one, looks good. Again, I haven't played with it, so I don't know. We have the NARS Light Reflecting Luminizing Powder, and this is in the shade Heroes. Fingers. It is a mini. This was a gift with purchase, but hey, it is. I'm happy. I'm happy to get it as a gift with purchase. Oh wow, this looks like it's gonna be intense. You know, the formula reminds me a little bit of the Gucci highlighter. Like it feels kind of like the Gucci highlighter. And yep, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be very, very intense. I've heard good things about this line from NARS. Hope I like it. It's all I gotta say. Um, I'm happy. I'm happy I was able to squeeze that in here. Can I squeeze this in here? Yes, that's perfect. And then lastly for highlighter, I have the Fenty Beauty Diamond Balm all over Diamond Veil. This is in the shade Pink Ice. And I have a full size of one of her products now. I had the little one, the original shade. Um, so pretty. I keep want to swatch it, but I don't know what I was looking for, what I was expecting. And I was saying like I had one of hers, so I know that it's just gonna be a shimmer topper, you know? But this would be so pretty on the eyes. All right, I'm gonna have to try this one on my eyes. Okay, I want to do this in here. I bet you didn't know you're gonna get a little bit of organization during this video. Ooh, okay, maybe. They seem to be all right, doing okay. They're holding steady. Nothing has crashed yet. Let's move on to the face palette. For the face palette, I have Too Faced Natural Face. And I remember this was face and, okay, so it's highlight, blush, bronzer, veil, face palette. What did I think you could use it on the eye? They had a different one maybe that you could use it on the eye. So we've got the two highlighters, two blushes, and I think they call them two bronzers, right? Yeah, two, and two. Starlight and Satin Sheets. She still smells really good. I love the packaging. Like I really, really like the packaging of this face palette. Okay, the highlighters look intense. I mean, this is a few years old, and that's what, you know, highlighters we're all about, right? We've got Pink Sand and Pink Wink. So pretty. I need to play with this guy. Looks so pretty. Oh, that's gorgeous. And then the last two products in here are the bronzers. I remember this was extremely glowy. Tropic Like It's Hot, and then Sunny Honey. But I feel like, yeah, the Tropic, like, see, it's like a highlighter, you know? I can't use this as a bronzer. Even though I really like glowy products, this is just straight up highlighty. The bronzer looks good. It's been a couple years, you guys. I mean, do you have this palette? Did you ever own it? What do you think? Did you hoard it? Okay. Next, let's move on to eyeshadows. I have a couple single shadows and I have a couple palettes. I guess let's start with the palettes. I'm actually excited. I feel like fall is when I really want to use my eyeshadow palettes. Is that just, is it me? Is it you? Is it everybody? We've got Haunted Europe from Nomad. I feel like this is absolutely a Halloween palette. I'll probably actually reach for it for a Halloween look. I'm dressing up as a pumpkin. I'm being PG friendly because I'm going to be at my son's school. So let's watch some pumpkin shades. We'll start with Frankenstein. That feels so creamy. Drags home or Dragholm Castle. Oh my god. You probably know exactly what that means, and I'm killing it for you. Let's see. This green is so pretty. Grendel. And I, obviously I like that shade because it's pretty used. Let's do this one. This is Sando Citadel. Oh my god. Are those places in Europe? What the heck am I saying? I'm destroying it. Yeah, these are definitely pumpkin shades, you know? Like an orange pumpkin with the green part. Yeah, I'm trying to justify my dressing up as a pumpkin and how I can make it work with this eyeshadow palette. Before I do more swatches, I think I should clean my fingers, right? Okay, let's do some shimmery shades. Let's do Hauska Castle, Highgate Cemetery. Ooh, pretty. Hoya Bakiu Forest. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. If you know what all of these mean and I'm offending you, please know it's not intentional. It is not intentional. Such a pretty shade. Ooh, this one is, oh ho 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 ho. Yes. I think I'm looking forward to playing with this. Oh, I can picture it. I'm gonna do these, this, probably all three of these shades and or incorporate this one, maybe this one in the inner corner. All right, we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with it. I know every time I pull it in, I somebody will end up saying, "Oh my God, I totally missed on this palette," and I'm sorry for rubbing it in your faces if you really wanted it and you didn't get your chance or your hands on it. Let's move on to let's do Inslee Rain next. This is the Groovy Garden. Again, this is just a fall palette. I mean, look at this. Look at it. Like packaging and then the inserts, like, you know, the actual shades. Ooh, pretty. Okay, let's do some swatches here. Oh, looks like I had destroyed this shade the last time I used it. Oh, they're like flakies. I totally forgot. This is the shade Free Spirit. Free Spirit. Okay, tongue-tied. You know what I need? I need a glass of wine. I've been up for 13 and a half hours. I'm tired. It's been a crazy day. Look at that shade. Let's do all the like the multi-chrome shades first, and then we'll do the other ones. I know I use this guy for sure. Moonchild, Jazzed, and Retro. So Moonchild, Jazzed, and Retro. Ooh, baby. The shade, oh shoot, I think I screwed it up. Oh no, I did not. Yeah, this is Moonchild, this is Jazzed, and this is Retro. Okay, and then we have Vintage Vibes, Trippy, and Lava Lamp. Vintage Vibes, Trippy, Lava Land. That absolutely looks like Lava Land. She's got some beautiful multi-chromes. I don't know, are they still in drama? Do you keep up with that? You know, there was something going on with them, and I try not to pay too much attention to that stuff. I mean, some part of me is like, I don't want to support brands if they're being mean. Part of me is like, well, where do we draw the line? Because at some point, everybody has done something mean. You know, are they being malicious? Are they? It just requires a lot of investigating, so it's easier to avoid it all. Okay, let's do some of the matte shades, or should we do all of the mattes? Okay, let's start with the top row. We'll do all of the mattes. Apparently, I hadn't used that many shades out of this palette. So, no, it's too long. This is Free Thinker, Bliss, Free Love, and Mystic Mauve. I didn't do very good swatches, but I can't really get in there very well. We've got Harvey, Sage Serenity, and Peace. And then let's move on to the third row, the bottom row. We've got Brass, Foxy, Good Vibes, Earthy Ember, Earthy Ember, Oxy, Good Vibes, and Earthy Ember. Such pretty shades. Watch, I'll probably barely use this palette. And then we have Hazy Dreams, Babe, and Dig It. So Hazy Dreams, Babe, and Dig It. All right, very fall. Beautiful shadows, beautiful palette. Yeah, here she goes. Next, we have, let's do Glaminatrix. Glaminatrix, barely basic. Again, I just think that this is perfect for this time. I don't know if I want to swap. Oh my God. Okay, I'll be right back. I cannot do swatches of a shimmery palette when my hands are already tainted from the one before. I'll be right back. Okay, now my hands are clean. Let's do this. I was saying I might not swatch everything in here, so I actually might not. I'm gonna do definitely their special shades, like their multi-chromes. So we'll do the first row first. They're intended to be like this way, you know? And I'm completely screwing up how they wanted you to use the palette, and I'm going this way. But it's okay. Outfit of the day, FYP, get ready with me, and then DIY. Yeah, they're like the color stories work, you know, column by column, but why did I do that? I don't know. Okay, let's do the second row and then we'll just put them right below them, you know? So we have hashtag, that is so pretty, viral, engagement, and follow. God, that's so pretty. Such a beautiful shade. Shade hashtag. Okay, I'll skip to this one and that'll be the last row I do or I swatch. We've got like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. The order which we tell you to do things on YouTube. Or do you do it on Instagram? No. Like, comment, maybe. Subscribe. Oh yeah. And then I don't know about TikTok. But so like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Don't forget, you can do that to this video. All right. That's it from here. Let's go ahead and move on to the Gemini palette from Melt Cosmetics. I think I'm pretty sure I watched some sort of makeup tutorial. It might have been Julia Adams. I think that was it. It was like a makeup fall tutorial, like a fall makeup tutorial, and she used this palette. And that's when I was like, okay, I definitely need this one. In here, definitely, it's been a long time since I reached for it. Let's do Gemini, Lorelei, Polka Dot, and Cupcake. I screwed up the order. Why do I do that? So creamy still. I didn't see any signs of like, you know, damage to the palette. I've heard of, you know, some stories where it just gets moldy and they pop out of the pan. But I don't see anything wrong with it. And then the green side is Leo. A little patchy. Goals, Fire OG, and Mochi. Looks more like matcha than mochi. Okay, I have definitely have a theme this time around for my palettes. And then the last palette is a 5-pan palette. Is from Dose of Colors, and it is the Cutting Edge palette. I really like this one too. Let's do this. I think I'll swatch it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here we go. 1, 2, 3. This is a beautiful, beautiful shade. Oh, so pretty. It's like the type of green that I really, really enjoy. I find it very sexy on the eyes. And then the last shade is this one, which is the deeper. I mean, it looks a little bit black, doesn't it? I'm sorry, I swatched on my knuckle and my hand was slightly moist still. So pretty. Yeah. What do you think the theme of today's video is? Let's do single shadows and we'll talk about the eyeliner and the brow product that I just pulled in for this time around. For single shadows, I have Merit. This is a matte, and then the other ones are all shimmery. Come on, hands. Dry, dry, dry. Okay, Merit in the shade Viper. I used this one today. And I gotta say, I was happy with my eye look. So I basically put this one all over my lid and blended it into the crease a little bit. This clicks when you close it. And then I topped it with this one, the Marc Jacobs Sequin in the shade Topaz Flash. I had missed this eyeshadow so much. Oh my God, this is so pretty. It makes your eyes twinkle. Look at that. I just, I just, I have no words, honestly. So yeah, that's what I did today. And then I used a little bit of bronzer in the crease to kind of like merge everything together. And then the last single, or sorry, there's one more after this. We have from Victoria Beckham. This is in the shade Mink. Again, this is, I feel like it's just sexy eyes. It's called sexy bedroom eyes. Is that what I'm trying to figure out the term? Uh, Hello. So pretty. Definitely takes the look to like, I'm going out on the town tonight. You know, it elevates the look into that. But they're all so pretty. They're shimmer shades. It's just gorgeous. And then the last single shadow is from Vanessa Myricks. And this is the Color Fix. One of the foils in the shade is Nebula. I don't know if this is the one that when I was... Oh, okay. I think I was filming my declutter and I squeezed way too much out of one of them. Was this one or a different shade? That would be very pretty for Halloween too. To add some shimmer. Really pretty. Okay, and let's see. We have a brow pencil and an eyeliner new in here. The eyeliner is the Sephora 12-hour colorful crayon, and this is the shade Tiramisu. Ooh, creamy. Pretty. That's a very pretty neutral brown. So pretty. Okay, I think this would be really nice smudged out too. And then the brow pencil is the Build a Drama. Build a Brow. Where did I get Build a Drama from? Okay, wow. I've been okay. This is such fine tip. Okay, I'm looking forward. because I haven't been really enjoying filling in my brows because I feel like no matter what I use, it's too harsh and puts in more than I really need on my brows. But we'll see how this one works. And then we made it to the lippies. Yeah, let's do some lip swatches. All right, we'll start with this Dior. This is the Lip Maximizer in the shade 12. Oh, I think this is a lip plumper or something like that. I can't remember the exact name. I really like it. It's definitely minty, but it's not painful. And I think the shade is gorgeous. From Cezanne, I have the Coral Bouquet Watery Lip Tint, shade P1. The pinky one of these I really, really liked. And I'm glad that the shade is not like this bright in here. Yeah, the formula is super nice on these too. From Pat McGrath, we have a lip gloss in the shade Flesh 6. Flesh 6. That's intense. That's like a creamy liquid lip. We've got from Milani, this is the Fruit Fetish lip oil in the shade Honey Fig. I think this was a seasonal shade. I'm not sure actually. They just released some new ones for the holidays, and I gotta be honest, I was tempted by all three of them. Okay. Super fall. We've got the Gloss Bomb from Fenty Beauty. This is the OG, the first thing that came out in the shade Fenty Glow. I really like this. I just feel like it evaporates off my lips. Like, do you guys have the same experience? It smells really good. We've got Bobbi Brown Crushed Oil Infused Gloss in the shade Free Spirit. Next to all of the other ones, this looks very pinkish, like it's got more pink in it, no? From Romand. From Romand, we have the shade, what is this? The Juicy Lasting Tint, and the shade is Bear Grape. I have not tried this one before. Ooh, that's pretty. It feels like Pura Pura. Definitely feels like the Pura Pura lip things. Smells good. Smells really, really good. Ooh, I like these types of products. From Cezanne, moving on to like balms and whatnot. From Cezanne, this is in the shade 401. Honestly, I don't remember what the line was. I wore this one today. And although I really like it, I think the shade is gorgeous. This, again, like just feels like a balm on the lips. It's very like it transfers easily. It fades pretty quickly too, so it's like easy. I mean, you have to reapply if you want that lasting look, but it feels nice on the lips, so I can't complain. From Fenty Beauty, this is one of the gloss bomb sticks in the shade Fussy. Yeah, I swatched this one at Ulta when I was with my niece, and I was like, oh my God, I have to have it. I got this one, and she got, I can't remember what shade she got, but she picked that one, and I picked that one. Oh, she got the brown one. Like the deep brown one. Yeah, I think that's the one she got. But look at that. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. We have from Charlotte, not Charlotte Tilbury, Pat McGrath. This is one of her matte lipsticks, and the shade is Christy. I feel like this is my perfect nude. Although it kind of feels a little cool tone now with all the warm tone shadows I pulled in. Have to see what I'm gonna wear it with. Probably gonna be like a mauve look from either the Haunted Europe or the Glaminatrix palette. That would look should look good with this. From Ulta Beauty, this is one of their lip pencils, crayons, Secure Passage lipstick. Don't ask me, is the name Secure Passage or is the shade Secure Passage? I don't know. This is very cool tone. I mean, I'm swatching on top of stained hand, so bear that in mind, but this looks very cool tone. Like maybe not flattering cool tone. Moving on to liquid lipstick, traditional liquid lip. This is Too Faced Melted Matte in the shade Pumpkin Spice. Hold on. to these year after year because I think they're so adorable. I love the scent of them. Are they comfortable on the lips? No, but it's fine. It is what it is. It's just a fall lip, you know? So, two more lippies we've got from Dior. This is one of their everlasting lipstick. What do they call this line? I really don't know. This is the shade 626. So it's more of a brick um, red. This lasts on so well. Like this is an intense lippy. I need to use it because it smells good still, but I don't know. I paid too much money for it and I should use it before it goes bad. It looks really pretty. The deepest of everything I have so far. And then lastly, we have Romand. This is the Blur Fudge tint in the shade 02 Rosiental. Rosiental? Ooh, I don't know. Ooh, I like that. So that's matte, but this is the blur kind of matte. I wonder how this is going to go on my lips, if it's going to be patchy or not. I actually really wanted to pick this up because I so want the Violet FR product like this. I want it so badly. And I'm like, I want to spend the money in the shades that she currently has at Sephora are not my absolute favorites. So I got this from Ulta, or yeah, purchase it through Ulta, but it's Romand. For lip liners, oh my, we don't have any. I think one way I could do it is I can just wing it and pull whatever I need when I need it. I think that would be my best approach because I suck at picking out my lip liners in advance. I always tend to go back in there and get something else. I need to declutter these. There's some old crusty ones in here. Anyway, we're not gonna pick one today. I'll probably reach for the, you know, the tried and trues, the two Makeup Forevers in Anywhere Caffeine and Wherever Walnut. I'll probably also end up using the Merit. This is in the shade Beverly Hills. It's super slippy, very, very creamy product, but I do like that. Like, I don't like a lip line that looks extremely defined. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable or confident enough to pull it off. So this would be some good I reach for. For the deep red one, I'll probably end up pulling a reddish color. We'll see. But yeah, here we are. This is what I plan on. Those are the ones I end up always pulling in. Anyway, the last thing I want to talk to you about is the setting spray for this time around. And I wish things fit better in here. Nope. I'm going to forget about it. Okay. We have the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist 4-in-1 Mist. I'm looking forward to using it, but I do have very glowy foundations. So I might end up changing my mind and using something else instead. But I'll let you know, next time when I see you, I'll be like, hey, use this instead. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let me know, what are you wearing these days makeup wise? I mean, you can tell me about your clothes too. I would love to know, are there any products that you are really enjoying? Are you eyeing some new makeup? I have been doing well, but some new eyeshadow palettes I'm definitely eyeing, like the ABH one, the 9 pan. I definitely am eyeing the one from by Mario. Is it the Nature one? The latest one he came out with. I know a lot of people say it's not the same formula, but it's just calling my name. Anyway, that's basically what I'm eyeing. Ooh, the face palette from YSL, the one with is it three blushes and three highlighters? That one, the new one, the holiday one. Anyway, I'll let you know if I pick up stuff. Of course, I'm going to share it with you. I'll let you know what I did. And I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.